You're from Tucson, Arizona. That's awesome. I'm sure it's really, really hot out there. So we're just glad to be indoors. I hope you are staying indoors as well. And that thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start, Sabrina. We know that your time is valuable, so we don't want to keep you longer than anticipated, okay?
And we're just also going to just go on, and if there's other people that, we know that there's other people that have registered for the webinar, and they should be getting on soon, and hopefully it's pretty self-intuitive what the little icons mean. So thank you so much for helping us out with that, Sabrina. Okay, so let's get started. Sorry. Trying to. Okay, so my little introduction is, my name is Cindy, and as you can see, there are some pictures there of my kiddos and my family and me. My husband's name is David. I have 2 kids, currently 1 on the way. That is Ricky, he's my 5-year-old, and my little girl Jenna, she is 3, and I currently have 1 bun in the oven who is going to make her grand debut in less than a month.
Her?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It's like a huge surprise. So we're excited about that. My other hobbies are I do CrossFit, I like to work out, I like to be with my family, and I have a passion for helping nursing students. I've been a nurse for 8 years now, and I've been a nursing instructor going on 2 years, so I enjoy it so much.
So she had another question.
She had a question. Okay. You can go on with yours.
Okay. Hello, Sabrina, and everyone else. My name is Irene Lugo, and I'm a mother, wife, sister, grandmother, and nursing professor. I have been a nurse for close to 20 years and an educator for 10 years. I too have a passion for helping students. I love to see them succeed, and one of my ambitions in life is to help students making their dreams come true. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the first question. What is the best nursing program for me? Well, it all depends on your timeline and where you are personally. But to start us off, Cindy's going to talk about RN Passion.
Okay, so in RN Passion, and just to answer your question, Sabrina, yes, we are going to have a playback of this recorded webinar, so it's okay, and thank you for asking that question. So what is RN Passion? We are here to help pre-nursing students or nursing students get into the nursing program, plan, prepare, and succeed. We love the quote by Steve Marabelli, which reads, "Plant seeds of happiness, hope, and success, and love. It will all come back to you in abundance. This is the law of nature." And this is what we are all about here at RN Passion, which is to help you succeed by planting seeds of happiness, hope, and love. And when you graduate from nursing school, because that is your goal and that is our goal, when you have RN after your name, we want you to do the same for others. So that is what this webinar is all about.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the nursing program. So how do you know that you're selecting the best program that's for you, that's best for you? So one of the things that you need to look at is, where are you? Where are you in your career or on your timeline? So are you looking for something that'll get you through nursing school right away? Or are you looking for something a little bit more with more education? So on the screen, you'll be able to see an ADN and BSN. You'll be able to see time, cost, career, and long-term planning. If you notice, the ADN program has a 2 years of time and less core courses. It's also less expensive. It gets you faster into the nursing program, but long term, you need to go into an RN to BSN And some hospitals will not offer as many management positions available because you have an associate's. Most hospitals are shooting for you to have a bachelor's now. Now, if you want to get a bachelor's, that's 4 years, and you're going to have to earn or attend more core classes. It's more expensive because, of course, you're going to school longer. It gets you slower into the nursing program because, you know, you're going to be taking more classes, but more opportunities will open for you, more management opportunities, more director opportunities. And if you want to pursue a higher education like a master's or a doctoral, you can do that. They now have a lot of programs from BSN to DMP, BSN to MSN, so they're great opportunities. You want to go to the next one, Cindy?
Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
So the next one is the model. So what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for a face-to-face program, or are you looking for a hybrid program? A face-to-face program will offer you less flexibility, less expensive. Face-to-face programs are less expensive. You get to interact with your instructors, and you also get to interact with a lot of the students or other students. Most ADN programs and BSN programs are face-to-face. Hybrid programs give you more flexibility as far as time because you don't spend so much time in class. But you've got to remember they're a little bit more expensive. And students don't know that anytime there's a hybrid program or an online program, they're more expensive. Why? Because it costs more to have online programs because of all the computer programs that they have to create. So programs they're more expensive, they charge more. But you also need to remember that you need to be very disciplined. You have to have earned a high score on reading comprehension because you're going to have to be reading, and you need to be able to comprehend what you're reading. And you need to have great time management skills because you're going to have to be very disciplined because you're going to have to study on your own. And you have to study when you get home. Most BSN programs are hybrid. I haven't been able to find ADN programs that are hybrid. It's a little difficult. Okay, so Cindy?
Okay, so which prereqs should I take first? Now, this is a great question that I usually encounter with nursing students. I want you to make sure that you're starting with the end in mind because you're going to be in school for a while, even if you're taking your prereqs and barely starting out. But just know that the goal is to get into nursing school and to do really well when you're in nursing school. So how do you do that starting with the end in mind? Prereqs. Generally speaking, if you're in a university, you're going to be taking a lot more core or pre-professional courses, such as your history, your English, your math. In some cases, you're going to have to take physiology, political science, and other electives. Going back to what Irene was saying, if you're in the ADN program, of course, your time is very shortened because you have to take less core or pre-professional courses. So you might not have to take all that, history or political science or all those other electives, which helps you get into the nursing program a lot sooner. Now, science courses, you're going to have to be taking science courses to get into nursing school. So you're going to have to take chemistry, biology, microbiology, and just remember that those require for you to take a lab with them, which make sure that those take a lot more time. And they also require that you take those courses before you get into the nursing program. So some factors to consider when you are taking the prerequisite courses are the major courses such as pathophysiology and anatomy and physiology are sometimes only offered in the spring or the fall. Some of them are offered in the summer, but remember, the summer courses tend to be very fast and furious because they're trying to condense a lot of information in a short amount of time. So if you think you're going to be really busy or you're not going to have the time to commit to those courses, you don't want to be taking those science courses during the summer. Some schools only offer these classes in the spring or in the fall. And some schools only offer these, like Anatomy and Physiology 1 in the spring and Anatomy and Physiology 2 in the fall. So if you miss taking Anatomy and Physiology 1 in the spring, you'll have to wait a whole semester or a whole year before taking that class again. And then that might put you back in taking your prereqs. My best recommendation is if you want to take these classes together, you want to pair 2 easy courses with 2 difficult courses. For example, history and math should be maybe taken with biology and chemistry, depending on your strengths and your weaknesses. But what you don't want to do is take all your science courses all at once. So you don't want a semester of just all science courses, because that's going to be too much. So you don't want to be taking biology, microbiology, chemistry, and Anatomy and Physiology 1. That is way too many science courses all at once. Another thing to consider is completion deadlines. So all nursing school programs require that when you apply, you have certain courses finished. Depending on the program that you're getting in, do you have to have completed those science courses before applying, or can you apply and be taking those classes meanwhile? So that's something for you to consider. My best recommendations is that you take Anatomy and Physiology and Pathophysiology right before getting into nursing school, because the first semester you're in nursing school, you're going to be taking foundations in nursing. Oftentimes, I see nursing students have a hard time because they've taken Anatomy and Physiology 2 years ago and they don't remember it. And it's not because they weren't smart or they didn't do a good job. They just don't remember the content. So get those courses closest to applying to nursing school. Grades. You need to do very well in your science courses. Your science courses are what's going to be used to rank you. So if you're taking these science courses during the summer and you didn't do well, or you don't do well in the summer with these science courses, just consider that, because you need to do really well in these science courses to be competitive when applying into nursing school. The last recommendation is books. My recommendation is that you keep your Anatomy and Physiology book. Why? Because in nursing school, you're going to have to go back and review this information over and over. I know it's cheaper to rent or sell back your Anatomy and Physiology book, but in this case, you don't want to do that. If you've taken or going to take Pathophysiology as a prereq to getting into nursing school, that is another book that you want to make sure that you keep on your bookshelf. Okay, so that concludes the portion where we're speaking. If you have any questions, Sabrina, we would love to hear you ask any questions that you may have, or else we'll just keep talking. So anything you want to add?
No, I think we covered it all. I think you did a great job of letting them know which courses to take. So no questions? Are you still there, Sabrina? Give us a thumbs up.
All right,
Okay.
A question. All right, we got your thumbs up. I want to get MH. Don't understand what that means.
Mental health. So Sabrina, are you wanting to get into mental health? Is it okay?
You're in peds, so you're already in the nursing program, or you want to get into peds and oncology? What should I take first? In peds oncology.
So Sabrina, are you already in a nursing program? So let's say that you're not. So we can't tell whether you're in school or not. So if you want to be able to apply to peds oncology, that's a specialty, and absolutely you can. So it just depends on the hospital that you want to go into. They're not going to require for you to do very, very well in pediatrics or oncology or whatever. All
in the nursing program.
And all nursing programs or all hospitals still there. Okay. So all hospitals, all they want is for you to pass your NCLEX. So they're not going to require for you to take extra pediatric courses or oncology courses, not at all. Now, the one thing is when you do apply, since pediatrics and oncology, they're both specialty areas, you will have to go through a longer orientation. I'm not sure whether that's the question that you're asking, but I hope I answered it.
I'm trying to see where I can post presenter chat. Okay, we're just kind of putting out, we are still here. I don't know if you can see that. You can give me a thumbs up if you see that. Oh, you want to go into oncology for peds. Okay.
Let me ask her here.
Okay. So if you want to get into peds oncology, you're still going to have to get into nursing school. Nursing school is generalist. So whatever program you get into, it doesn't really matter what specialty you want to go into. Once you graduate from nursing school, you want to go ahead and get hired at whatever hospital that has that particular specialty. Then you get training on the job. But any nursing program that you graduate from that's accredited, you graduate, you pass your boards, that's all that's required for you to go wherever you want to go. So there's no specific classes that you need to take right now as a pre-nursing student or even in nursing school that will get you into peds and oncology. If you're sure that you want to do pediatric oncology, my best recommendation is that you volunteer there first, just so that you can show your face to the director or the hiring personnel to kind of increase your chances of getting hired after you get into nursing school. But as far as nursing school goes, you don't really need to take any special classes. I hope that answers your question.
So we're going to go ahead and continue with our webinar. So we're going to go ahead and continue with why did we develop this webinar and where does this webinar lead us to? Cindy?
Okay. So as nursing professors, we have seen so many students in nursing school that are not fully prepared to get into nursing school. They make it in, but then they start to have problems with time commitments, studying, relationships, finances. And it's not necessarily that they're not smart enough or disciplined enough to, it's not really that they can't, they're not smart enough or able to finish the courses. It's that everything else in life is kind of sucking up their time and their energy. So we started to see a lot of these students getting into nursing school, having these issues, and we started to counsel them. We were going beyond our nursing professional duties as professors, helping them try to navigate their nursing career and their nursing journey. We were charging them hundreds, and which led us to get thousands of dollars one-on-one. But we started to realize that these problems that we were hearing over and over, so many other nursing students were having, and we felt that we weren't helping nursing students as much as we could. So we wanted to develop a membership site, an online membership site. And so we came up with the Nursing Success Program. In the Nursing Success Program, I personally know of a student that attended and graduated from a non-accrediting nursing program. That student wanted to continue her education, but was unable to because the program that she had graduated from was not accredited, went bankrupt. And when she wanted to go ahead and go on to the nursing career and get her bachelor's, because the school had closed down, she was not able to get her transcripts. Mm-hmm. And that was just one of the stories that, a really sad story that we encountered with a student, because the program selection questions that she had, she really didn't have anybody to turn to. But in the Nursing Success Program, we're going to be able to guide you and help you in the admission process, the prerequisites, finances, especially in the first year of nursing school, and your personal life.
So Cindy and I decided to create a Nursing Success Program community. And you can see all the people there. This community website will allow everyone to interact with us regularly and with each other. So we want students like yourself being able to communicate with other students that are in the same predicament or in the same road as you are. So the Nursing Success Program will help you with that. So we started to think, I know that you're probably thinking, well, what's the difference between you guys, us, and a counselor at school? Well, counselors at schools are generalists. So they are trained to provide advice to different degrees, whatever degree programs the college or the university offers. They are not nurses. We are nurses, and we know what the nursing process is. We know what it's like to get into nursing school. We know the prereqs. We know the programs. Mm-hmm. So therefore, we can help you and guide you through the process. So with this, we've decided we create a Nursing Success Program for $30 a month. That's $1 a day, or $160 for 6 months, $280 for 12 months. But because of this webinar and the first people to sign up on our webinar, we've decided to change it. And we are now offering this Nursing Success Program or Community Forum for $15 a month. That's 50 cents a day. What can you buy for 50 cents a day now, Cindy?
Not much.
Not much. $80 for 6 months or $140 for 12 months. Can you imagine having us on a regular basis for 12 months? Wouldn't that be great? So now this discount is available until August the 2nd at midnight.
So what I want to say is that the Nursing Success Program is going to be an online community where you're going to have access to both Irene and I and our expertise. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be able to ask your questions regarding any of the topics that we have talked about in the past, such as personal. If you have a personal concern about, let's say, your skill level or your background or something like that, you can ask us there. If you have a finance question, how much money do I need before I apply to nursing school? If you have an admission process, which school should I go to first? Which school should I go to? Which one's going to fit my needs more than the other one? If you have any of these questions, this is the place for you to ask your questions. If you are sure that you're going to need our support and our guidance for more than just a month, go ahead and sign up for the 6-month program, because this one's going to allow you to have access to us, setting your rate for that long, and you'll have us as your guide. If you are still not really close to applying to the nursing program, and you know that you're like 12 months away from getting into the nursing program, then go ahead and sign up for the 12-month program. That's $140 each. With each tier of where you sign up, you get a discount. So this is a great opportunity for you to join our membership site. You will be part of our founders, and we want you to ask us any of the questions that you have, because if you have those questions, I'm sure somebody else has those questions. And we're ready and available to answer any questions that you have.
Remember, we know about the pitfalls and the obstacles that occur. We do. We've gone through them. We've seen them. We've experienced them. Let us help you. Let us help you plan, prepare, and succeed.
So oftentimes when we have a plan, we think our plan is like the picture to the left of your screen. We have a plan. We go and talk to a counselor. We leave being happy, and we know where we're going. But oftentimes there's so many other things that we don't even consider. Life happens. Something happens in our life that just kind of throws us off track. And we know what some of those pitfalls can be, because we've experienced them ourselves, or we've heard other people tell us about some of the crazy stories that they've experienced trying to get into the nursing program. So let us help you be your guide and make the path straighter and smoother for you. It's not going to be perfect, but I wish I had us when I was going to nursing school, and I'm sure Irene does too. So thank you so much for joining our webinar. And remember the deadlines for the Nursing Success Program, and we hope to see you in the membership site.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Take care.
Bye-bye.